Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to witness IPA number question mark here on Maxwell Star's channel. Here's Maxwell Star himself.
You're welcome. And welcome back to Maxwell Star's Beer Analysis 101 with not just IPA number 1, not just number 2, not even number 5. Wish it was number 5. We're going all the way to number 8 from Collective Arts. Double IPA with Simcoe, Moutier, and Columbus hops, 8% ABV. And now on this smooth late night radio talk show, we're going to go to the perfect AMS SMR person and Mr. Ashley Sexton tonight, who even has his own website now, Sexton Brewing Co. If you want to plug it, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me on tonight. It's sexton-brewing.com. If you want to go check it out, that's great. I appreciate it. And hit me out on the YouTubes as well. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a good night.
Thank you, Ashley. Or Ash. All right, and moving right along over to Mr. The perfect, smooth, quiet person he is, Mr. Redbeard. It's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in like a week.
Thanks a lot for having me, Mr. Mackwell. Always a pleasure to be here on your channel with all these beautiful people. Let's enjoy some beer together, gentlemen.
Indeed. All right. And Mr. Smooth Voice himself, Mr. Chris, who can smell an IPA, a new IPA from the Project series from Collective Arts from about 500 miles away. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I just wanted to say that I can actually smell it from about, 80 kilometers away, since they are in Hamilton. And I just wanted to say that this has now become an ASMR channel. Thank you very much.
You can pick up, like a shark, you can pick it up in the parts per million. You know? All right, let's move along to the guy who can almost never be quiet. We're going to move on to one of the most interesting Gregs in the world. Mr. Greg, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Nick, I just want to say that if I had a child, I wouldn't care if my babysitter pooped on his wife's chest, because that's his own personal business in the privacy of his own home. That's all I have to say.
Good boy. Alrighty, and moving along to the last but certainly not least on tonight's panel, we have the albino rhino himself, Mr. Chad McGee.
Oh, well, thank you so very much for having me, Mark Wellstar. I wouldn't know what to do without you.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. Anyway, let's move along with the history with Collective Arts. And since we've previously looked at 5 other beers from Collective Arts, we won't do a deep dive into their history, other than to say that Collective Arts was founded in 2013 by Matt Johnson and Bob Russell. Johnson and Russell, along with their brewmaster Ryan Morrow, began brewing on contract space at Nickelbrook in Burlington. Collective Arts and Nickelbrook opened a joint brewery in Hamilton a year later at the former Lakeport Brewery. Saw that. Collective Arts has since bought out Nickelbrook's shares and now operates it as their main brewery. Production volume and distribution reach all across Canada and into the U.S., even though I haven't seen them here in a while. After introducing the Collective Project series of seasonals around spring of 2016, the Project series has since evolved into a series of Project IPAs, beginning with the Project IPA number 1 in February of 2017. A landmark moment in the Project IPA series occurred in January 2018, with the 5th entry of the Project IPA series. The famous IPA number 5 was an 8.2.
Woo!
Double dry hopped New England style IPA, Imperial IPA, brewed with massive amounts of Simcoe and Citra hops. IPA number 5 was successful enough that it was brewed several times over the course of spring 2018. Of course, Collective Arts followed the success of this Project IPA series with Liquid Arts Fest, though considered by Collective Arts as a member of the Project IPA series. Liquid Arts Fest was a 5.9% ABV milkshake IPA made with mango, passion fruit, and vanilla, as well as Simcoe and Citra hops.
Oh my god, I
It
miss
was
it.
released in May of 2018 in time for the festival of the same name in June. Liquid Arts Fest was also a successful beer in its own right, having sold over 30 cans to Redbeard alone.
True.
Since then, Collective Arts has released 3 more Project IPA brews. IPA number 6, which came out in August of 2018, is a
Terrible.
6.7 ABV American IPA. Hopped with Amarillo and Waiti hops and fresh beaches, which we previously looked at here on ASMR Beer Analysis 101.
That's right.
That's right. And also, we've done IPA number 7 from October 18, which was a 7.1% ABV Southern Hemisphere IPA hopped with Nelson Sauvin and Citra hops. Which brings us to tonight's beer. And a close up. Collective Arts IPA number 8, released in December of 2018, is a double IPA, weighing at its 8% ABV. Double dry hop with Simcoe, Mutter, and Columbus hops. Now, it's also worth noting that Collective Arts has already announced the next entry into the Project IPA series. IPA number 9 will be a Brut IPA, which is a IPA made with champagne yeast, taking out all the sugars, and it will be hopped with Azaka and Citra hops, and will be available at the end of February. So it's pretty much now. Anyway, let's get over to our history. Since I'm sure that not many people actually have a history with this specific beer, we're allowed to talk about Collective Arts in the smoothest voice as possible. We'll start with Mr. Ash Sexton.
Just need to collect myself for a moment.
It's funny when you call him Ash Sexton. It sounds like Ass Sexton.
The awkwardness got to about a 9.
Oh,
out of 10.
It's amplified.
So I've enjoyed all of the IPA series except for number 1. That has eluded me. And again, Collective Arts, I've had many of their beers. But this one I had for the first time about 2 weeks ago. That's about it. That's my history. But I've been fortunate enough to enjoy all of them except for number 1 up to this date. That's my history.
Perfect.
And his
I think
favorite
your
one
typing
was
sound
Liquid
is
Art
being
Fest.
picked up by the microphone, my friend.
Shut up, Redbeard. Anyway, actually, don't shut up. It's your turn. So, Redbeard, say what you want to say.
Talk,
Just-
Redbeard.
Just like
Smoothly,
Mr.
Redbeard.
Just like Ash Sexton, I have also had every IPA in this series except for number 1, which I'd never got my hands on. And I've had many other beers by Collective Arts, generally a pretty big fan of them. I find they are kind of milking the price a bit with this IPA series when it comes to the whole line being priced at pretty much $5 a beer, regardless of kind of ABV or what they're talking about. In general, I'm a pretty big fan of Collective Arts and their skill at making an IPA. Cheers.
Cheers, Redbeard. All right. Mr. Smooth himself. Mr. Smooth, I should say. Smooth at night. Smooth evening.
He has it whenever he wants it.
Smooth Klyzak. Go ahead, Chris.
I just wanted to tell everyone that I never enjoyed any of the series prior to number 5. I wish I had, for it was probably damn delicious for 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know Chad's probably had them all. I just wanted to say that I enjoyed 5 tremendously. Hell, I've even made love to it. You can see it on one of my old videos. I wake up beside the can. But Liquid Art Fest was my favorite out of the entire Collective Project series. I think that 6 was terrible, just like the rest of the panel here. Well, Ash, you kind of liked it. And 7 is all right. It was getting back up there. And number 8 is where we are now. And I can't wait to tell you my scores on this beer. Thank you.
I hated number 6 with a passion.
It was not impressive.
It was peaches.
Of a million suns.
It was peaches, not passion fruit. Sorry, that was bad. All right, move over to Mr. Smooth Greg and Eve.
Hello, everybody. I have not had that many before 5. I've just had number 3. Although I suspect I may have had number 2 and forgot to check it in. Much like Chris, and much like all the women of Welland, I truly believe that Chad has had them all. However, I have had 5, 6, 7, and now I'm going to have 8. And I've also had the Liquid Fart Fest, which is far overrated because it's really just a cooler. Otherwise, yeah, Collective Arts is good, but overpriced. So I kind of agree with Redbeard. Kind of. Not really.
That's
Goodbye.
Greg's sex voice, by the way.
Cheers,
That's
buddy.
my sex voice is more like, hey, lady, you want to mate?
Giggity, giggity.
I promise I'll never do that again.
Please don't.
Surprised Agnes didn't just come running into the room when that happened.
Okay,
She just served me divorce papers.
All right. And they just served Greg with the divorce papers. Let's move along to Mr. Happily Engaged Albino Rhino, who's got an opinion for us. What is your history? Tell us all if you've had all 6, 8.
Have you had them all?
I will have had them all after right now. However, I would like to add that only one woman that's ever lived in Welland, and no Welland women, because my penis would have fallen off.
That's Chad's sexy voice, ladies and gentlemen.
I think there's some good women in Welland, Chad. I'm just saying.
120 minutes. No, sorry. Anyway, I guess what comes down to talking about my opinion here, and like many others, I haven't had all of them either, because Collective Arts, it's either Collective Arts or NB Liquor that are being the D-bags here, but we only got the first 4 here, of which I had the first and the third. Fifth was the first one not.
Nick, who sent you this one?
Shut up, Greg. I know. Later, baby. Yeah, so I've had the first and the third, and I think it was it was the third, and the fifth was the first one to not show up here, and I was disappointed because that's the one everybody was talking about when it came out. Like everybody was obsessed over IPA number 5, and it was making me sick. Finally, I got the chance to try it when I went up and stayed with Isaac here for about a week, almost a week, and thankful to him, I actually got to try it. And I believe it was Ashley Sexton that sent me a can of the 6, even though he hated it.
Rude.
And I also had the Liquid Fart Fest as well. I had that at Brewed and Bottled when I actually reviewed it on my channel with Chris and Joe in Lewiston, New York. And of course, finally we're talking about IPA, IPA number 8. Greg sent me this can, so he wanted me to mention that, even though it doesn't really have to do with anything with history because it's currently present and future. But
it happened in the past, therefore it's history, Nick.
All right. So
read a book.
Somebody with a smooth voice to read the comments.
Can I do it?
No, Chris, do you want to do it? Please.
Yeah, okay. I'll check them out right now. All right, Eric Gilbert in the comments says, cheers. Holy fucking professional. That's what he's saying.
Wow, so professional.
It's so true. Jamie says, cheers, everyone. Hello, Jamie. And also, hello, Eric. I respond with hello, viewers. Hey, Jamie says, happy almost birthday, Nick. Woo woo.
Oh, Nick.
It's coming up. We would have did a different beer, but somebody fucked that up. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let me see. Lee comes in. Who dies? Hi, Lee. Died. The U-Boob cop showed up. I don't know what that's referring to, but maybe Lee. I don't know. This must be a, in quote, need to be in BA 101 chat thing I'm not getting. And then Eric.
You were invited.
Eric comments on Chad's commenting, says, hit the cock on the head with the Welland comment. And Greg says, what's next week's beer? And Greg, you're stupid.
It's not an inside BA 101 chat. No, it's Chris at the start of this chat said, "Here, let me do the intro." So I'm like, okay, I'll trust you. It's start, and he's like, "Welcome back, beer tubers."
See, he would never trust me to do the intro. Nick would never give me that kind of power.
God, no. Yeah, but it's because I know you. Well, I know Chris too, but I guess that also says I trust why I trust him.
I seem to be a little bit more professional than Greg once in a while.
I just want to point out that Nick has slept with both
I'm
of
gonna
us.
say that Greg can't be professional. It's just he doesn't have much of a filter when he doesn't feel like it's necessary.
I choose not to be professional.
As you lean over and fart on camera.
No, I was just adjusting my ball sack.
Now you were adjusting your underwear to your ass crack. All right. Let's move back to the top of the order to get our final thoughts from Mr. Ash Sexton.
To think Lee created this new beer analysis to be professional, and this is what Nick has done with it.
It's a travesty.
I'm blaming Chris tonight.
So, the nose, all of it.
Who knows?
It's all peach apricot, and candied tropical fruit. That's what you get. The sip, not really as smooth as I was hoping. It's got a little bit of like a carbonation prickliness to it that I wasn't expecting. Citrus notes on the sip sort of linger on the finish. It's got a green astringent type of hop finish to it, a little burny. No alcohol. Don't taste the 8% whatsoever. It's nicely hidden. But fuck this shit. Way overpriced. This is not a $5 can of beer. No. This should be $3.75.
Vincent, do you have this week's beer?
Oh, no, sorry.
Hop in
Goodbye.
here, dude. All right.
Is this a tasty IPA?
Radar, so.
And the professionalism spiral continues to go down.
This is a tasty IPA. But this isn't a $5 can of beer. No. I'm going to give this, for style, 8 out of 10. And for personal enjoyment, 7.5. Because it pissed me off that it cost me $5 to get it.
Ciao. Chiga.
All right. Typing sound, dude. What is that?
Oh, sorry, that was me. I'll turn that off.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Hey, Greg, turn that sound off.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Moving right along to Mr. Redbeard, who's... I thought he was on the cell phone for a second there, the way he was adjusting his set. But you know adjust your set. This will be televised.
Yeah, I reviewed this a while ago, right after it came out. It's not old at this point, like January 3rd. So, almost 2 months at this point. But it's pretty good. I feel like this was kind of inspired by the success of number 5, because then number 6 didn't do well. Number 7, not as well. Number 7 pissed me off because it was so similar to Ransack the Universe, in my opinion. But overpriced again. Like this one here's 8%, where they're offering surround sound, another double IPA at $4.75, and it's 8.2%. This is $4.95. Like, yeah, Collective Arts, get your pricing shit in order, because it's just ridiculous. It's good though. Overall, I pretty much echo what Ashley said as far as the smell and taste goes. Yeah, as far as style, I'm going to go 8.5, and enjoyment, it's a pretty solid 8.5 as well. It's pretty tasty.
So 8.5 all around, right? All righty. And Mr. Project himself, Project Lysack.
Let me tell you something. This is the first beer I've ever had that had Muter hops in it. What the fuck is a Muter hop? Ashley, help me out on this one. No idea.
Ashley, you're muted.
Didn't think so. It doesn't matter. I know he's shaking his head.
No idea.
With my opinion on this one, my own opinion, all rights reserved, I'm going to say that on the nose, I'm getting a smooth pineapple smell. I'm also getting a very crisp grapefruit pithiness on this one. But once you get into the taste of it, you kind of lose that. There's a little bit of effervescence on this one. I'll give you that. I don't think that, and I'm going to agree with Redbeard on this one. The price point on this one, Collective Arts, they don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore when it comes to pricing, because he's right. Surround sound is cheaper than this beer. Higher alcohol, tastes way better. I don't know. If you went to buy this beer in a bar, I can guarantee you're going to pay $10 or more for it, and no one's going to pay $10 for this beer at all. With that being said, I'm going to talk about for stylistically wise for my rating. I guess it's a good style with the Muter hops in it. I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. And with my own personal opinion, it's better than 6 and 7 in my own opinion. Therefore, it is getting an 8 out of 10 from me.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, moving over to Greg, who we don't normally care about his opinion, but tonight we are.
Tonight you're going to care about my opinion because you're just polite like that.
Yep.
So, of the IPAs I've really cared about since 5 onwards, 5 was fantastic. If we count Liquid Farfest as part of the series, as much as I like to make fun, it was still pretty good. Not as good as 5, but still pretty good. 6 was crap. 7 was better, but not amazing. And this, I think, is probably the best one since 5. Now, that's not necessarily saying it's anywhere near as good as 5, because I don't think it is. I do agree that I think surround sound is a touch better than this, although I think they're both sort of on the same plane. I also sort of agree this is overpriced. I think this would be better maybe as a $4 beer than a $5 beer, because right now, and I don't know if I got the name right, is it the Flying Monkey Sparkle Puff? Is that the name of it? Do I got it right? Yeah, Chris is giving me a thumbs up.
Yeah, Sparkle Puff.
That blows this beer out of the water. It blows surround sound out of the water. It blows IPA number 5 and pretty much every other beer on the market out of the water, because it's freaking 11%. It tastes like it's 6%, and it's freaking delicious. I haven't rated it on tap, but it's going to get rated very highly. So, I mean, IPA number 5 I also think was really special because, to me, it was the first real good New England-style IPA from Ontario, because I tasted a bunch from the States that were good, but at the time I felt that Ontario breweries were making shit ones. And nowadays, it seems every Ontario brewery's figured out how to make good ones. Maybe they've just been copying U.S. ones. I don't know. So I feel even if IPA number 5 came out today, I don't think it would be quite as special it was quite when it came out. I think it was kind of a time and a place type thing. Kind of like if Star Wars came out now versus 1977, it might not quite have the same impact. So that being said, I mean, this beer is up against a lot higher competition, but it is still a very solid beer. So, I mean, I'm not even going to try with the tasting notes all that much because, I mean, obviously Ashley Sexton has that down pat. I can't even freaking do it. And honestly, if I can pay Ashley Sexton to read me bedtime stories, I would, because he's amazing. I just want him to read me beer recipes, frankly. Yeah, but it's got basically a nice combination of stone fruit and stone fruit with a little bit of a sweet grapefruit and then a bit of pith on the back. So it's not that different from surround sound, but it's subtly different. I'd actually like to do a side by side with them, actually, except I can't afford 2 more cans of them. They're too expensive. So 8 and 8, 8 for style. Although it's good, I have had better. But the problem with the New England IPA style is that nowadays everyone is at least good, and you have a few that are really great. You don't really have any that are mediocre. You either have them, they're either crap or they're at least good. At least I find. So I give this an 8 because it's good. It's actually very good. And same thing for personal enjoyment. It's very solid. I don't take price into account with my scores. I probably would knock it down because I don't think it's a $5 beer. I think $5 beers should be at least 10%. But it is what it is.
Nice. All right, and last, certainly not least, we've got the albino rhino himself, who's got an opinion that... Actually, I'm kind of curious what your opinion. What is your opinion?
So, first and foremost, Muter hops are much like Whole Melon in that they were hops that I played with for the first time, read the profile of the hops, got excited, and then found out that they didn't work the way I wanted them to. New Zealand hop, supposed to be high alpha acid, supposed to be very prevalent grapefruit and very prevalent passion fruit flavors. I don't know about you guys. I don't get much passion fruit on this beer. And the grapefruit I get isn't all that high for there also being Columbus in here and stuff like that as well. It's there, but to be using 2 hops that should have some of that, it's not that much. A little bit of an alcohol burn. I mean, Ryan's usually better at hiding it than that, but it's 8% alcohol. I can't complain about that. It comes off to me a lot like a lot of the American IPAs where it has that almost candy-ish flavor. And when I say candy-ish, I mean more like syrupy sweet than candy. I'm not a huge fan of this. I love my IPAs to be juicy. That's what I've ended up finding out is the juicier the better. And if they're not going to be juicy, then I need them to be dirty, or I need to be like I'm eating a fucking mud pie. This is neither of those. It's a fine beer, but $5 a beer I wouldn't buy. This comes to me as something like something much like Double Dead Elephant originally was like, where it was priced above things that were better and cheaper. So stylistically, Ryan knows what he's doing. It works fine. Maybe the hop mixture wasn't the greatest. I don't know. I'd give it a 7.5, like a 7.5 stylistically. Personal, probably a 6. Especially when you think about $5 a can, I can get a lot better things for $5. The Blood Brothers just put out a barrel-aged beer with vanilla bean and coffee and a whole bunch of other. It's $5 a can as well. Guess what? I'd pay that before I'd pay for this.
Okay, did you say 7.5 and a 6?
7.5 and a 6. Yes.
Okay.
We were on the way of making this the greatest beer ever on Beer Analysis 101 after MGD, but now Chad has tanked it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Like your personal enjoyment shouldn't factor in the price. I feel like if somebody gave it to you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
This is the thing. I have to be able to be willing to buy it to enjoy it. You know what? I would rather go and buy a 6-pack of this than buy 1 can of this.
But you can't get a 6-pack for that price anymore. To be fair, right?
No, you can't.
But
I'm just saying.
You know what? I feel personal enjoyment is exactly that. It's personal. So if price is something you feel is important to your personal enjoyment, then I feel you should factor into your score. I feel that's exactly what it is.
Look at
I'll give you that, Greg, for sure.
Bring Out Your Dead is an expensive beer. I think it's worth it being an expensive beer. It doesn't change my personal enjement of that beer. Yeah, I feel it deserves that price.
I kind of agree with you on that. Whereas problems with personal enjoyment, did you personally enjoy paying $5 or $8 for this beer?
I personally
fair enough. I'll give you that for sure. I just I don't know. I kind of think in my head my personal enjoyment, my personal review ways, I guess. So it's all good.
Fair enough.
No, I hear you, Redbeard. I agree with both of them. I agree with I personally don't put price into my own thing because to me that just adds another dimension of me having to think about stuff, and I don't like to think more than I have to. But I agree. There can be some really amazing beers that I may never buy again because they're just stupidly overpriced.
Stupid, yeah.
Like Nickelbrook products, for instance.
Yeah. This year's Cafe del Bastardo has coffee.
It's fair when you consider what's somebody's personal enjoyment level. Did they enjoy it? I mean, so what? If the price doesn't matter to you so much, then it's not going to affect your overall opinion, is it?
Yeah. And again, on my personal reviews, if a can is missing the date or ingredients, I take off a half mark for those things.
So gotta have a bottle on date, guys.
Yeah, and how does it not having a bottle on date change your personal enjoyment there, Redbeard?
No, again, I'm saying I'm agreeing. I'm saying you're entitled to have your way of doing things just as much as I am. So yeah,
we're gonna have a live on air albino versus ginger fight.
Speaking of which, I have a January 8th.
Oh yeah. I got January 3rd.
January 3rd. I'm sorry, Nick. I got you a shelf turd.
Oh fuck! What the fuck?
It wasn't that old.
Jesus.
Anyway, thanks for talking over me. I mean, I haven't even given my opinion yet.
We love you, Nick.
What's your opinion on this one?
You're here to host, not give opinions.
Please.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I love you, buddy. I'm
kidding.
You know I'm
on next week. Right?
Please tell us your
first, I
thoughts
guess.
on this beer.
Please tell us your thoughts on this beer.
Please.
All right, please. Well, it's going to sound a lot like a lot of what other people have said here. I mean, I thought it was tropical pineapple. It had a lot of stone fruits in it. Like it tasted kind of like apricot, bit pithy in the back. I picked up a slight sweaty note in the back as well, like from it. Yeah, sweaty. It sounds attractive, but I mean, anyway, it's also somewhat like afterwards the mouthfeel is somewhat creamy, but there's like a harsh edge to it. So it's a tough rough, and I think a lot of that is because of the resiny, and I honestly feel like there's a touch of like a boozy, not so much the burn, but the boozy flavor you get when you drink something with just straight alcohol in it. And I don't know, it just seems like there's an unfinished edge to it. What's otherwise a fairly decent juicy beer.
100%. I'm with you on that one.
I guess considering how much I actually, you know what, I to be totally honest, I kind of did pay for this because I did pay Greg to send this to me. So I'm glad to get to try it. And I know for the luxury of being able to try something from that far away, to have it to be sent to me. So I mean, me complaining about spending $5 plus shipping on this is, I'm glad to have tried it. I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I would necessarily go out and buy more if I had it available for me for $5. Right now, like $5 is a lot of money in Ontario for a beer, but that's kind of getting to be the standard price. Like any of the Trailway beers that like Trailway makes some amazing New England style IPAs up in Fredericton, and all of their beers tend to be about $4.50 a can. So it's up in that same territory as being a fucking expensive beer. But it's just
isn't pretty much all the beer where you are higher price than what we pay?
Yeah, it's pretty much higher price. Remember that Moosehead London Stout that we did was more expensive in New Brunswick, where it's fucking brewed, than it is in Ontario. So
yeah, so that's
like literally, I live like 20 kilometers from the fucking brewery, and it's more expensive, like $1 more expensive than Ontario. But that's another story.
This beer being on your shelf for $5 a can would actually be a pretty good deal. Though.
I would buy it. And I would probably see myself buying another one when they're fresh, but I wouldn't want to like drink it after a couple months when it's turned into a shelf turd. And I don't like the idea of the beers being that expensive here either. But overall, like, do I like this and would I drink this, like, say, compared to some of the other New England style IPAs that I get around here? Yeah, of course I would. Is it the best Collective Arts beer that I ever had? And I'm like, no, but it's not bad. I would give this an 8 for the style and an 8 for overall. I just overall enjoy it.
Nice.
I just dropped a can. IPA over my arm.
So yeah, Chad definitely brought the numbers down.
Oh yeah, he totally ruined it for us. Love you, Chad.
Way to shit the bed, Chad.
How about I go into comments now, Nick? What do you think?
Go into comments in the smoothest way possible.
All right. So we got Lee saying, you've really all pissed on my baby here. Massive 2 shits might be the best show, and that would be Thomas Metal 75.
Oh. Is he plugging his channel here?
Not really, because his channel is shit.
Whoa.
He says, damn it, Radar, you motherfucker.
You should flucker.
Bad. Motherfucker, you look bad compared to the racist and crooks. What the fuck?
We'll see more of Radar in the after chat.
Lee says less NPR and more Dr. Johnny Fever people.
Yeah.
And then I added if we actually knew, it would be nice if we had some background music for every time I talk. And then
just when you talk.
No, I'm just kidding.
Need some royalty.
Eric Gilbert says, all overpriced beer, dumpster fire beers, whatever. And it's true. Lee says, just saw that. Definitely. And then Redbeard agrees. And then raining on your parade. Guess what he asked? He asked the same question Greg did.
Yeah.
What's next week's beer?
Well, we kind of already know what next week's beer is because we were supposed to do it this week. Going to try again to do Bring Out Your Dead. And this time, Joe's actually got a bottle, and he can only come next week. So hopefully Redbeard gets his in time because we're going to do it anyway next week.
Hashtag fuck Canada Post. I got to go to the main. I went to my postal outlet today to talk to people.
Postal code.
I got to go to the main post office here in town tomorrow and see about it.
Oh, jeez. Hopefully you can get it.
Yeah,
I hope your driver's license says Redbeard as your name.
that'd be awesome. But no, like if many things have come to me as Redbeard, and it's like it says Redbeard. Here's my business card. Here's my phone with my YouTube channel. Here's a video reviewing a beer.
Also, they just need to look at you.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'll be like, well, it's more of an orangey beard. I don't know.
It was more. It was like once it gets back to its gloriousness that it once was. I miss my long beard.
If we could please get to the final scores, because I gotta take a piss.
You can do it, Ashley Sexton.
We're almost ready. I almost got
needs
it.
to pee so bad, people.
Really
Can we have
bad.
that?
That's why you have a bucket.
Does anyone here want to tell us about what Niagara Falls looks like right now? All splooshy and sploshy and just pouring over.
If I've ever been able to get chat, and all of a sudden you can distinctly hear the sound of someone urinating into a bucket beside them, it's going to be a disturbing thing.
Splooshy and sploshy.
Splash.
The waves
Flow.
cresting.
Was this the beer flow show?
I just watched Aquaman actually earlier today for like the second time.
Yeah, that's not weird.
That's good.
Pretty good movie.
I never saw it yet.
No, it's pretty good.
It's a
It's a little. It's
You
a
have
little.
to do a lot with water.
It's kind of cheap, but it's pretty good. Like it's
I've
a lot
heard it was
more,
good.
a lot more fun than a lot of other DC movies have been, kind of thing.
All right. You ready for the ratings, and then Ashley can go run for the bathroom. All right, so here we go. There's the ratings.
Ooh,
I'll present to everyone. It's
that's
7.92 for the style, and 7.67 for the
Pretty
overall.
solid.
We literally, yeah, it's not bad.
It's the most impressive photoshopping I've ever seen in my life. I love it.
Yeah, literally though, it was Chad's
That's
rating that pulled it
fantastic.
down from 8.
Fucking
Anyway, no,
albino.
it's still spreading albino like an STD.
Goddamn rhinoceroses.
There's a
All
late comment here from Eric Gilbert. He says, "Didn't Sexton do the show on the shitter?"
I should have.
Yeah,
That would have been amazing.
I should have just like
you could have
chatted in.
professional.
Yep. Oh well. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, I forgot. You didn't really give a score. I forgot to give the virtual presence thing for Ewart.
That's what I was gonna say, but then I just didn't want to.
Oh,
Yeah, because he didn't want to. He needs to go to the bathroom. And
All right, here's
Yeah,
yours.
exactly. I
right.
didn't want to extend it, but here you fucking go.
all
oh,
right,
you got to extend it to go to
We
the
got-
I
we
bathroom.
forgot about the
present
Ewart
them.
part.
Present them.
Good.
A little
All right.
bladder infection. This is great.
Okay, I'm going to present myself here, and fuck, stop.
Yep,
Stop.
presenting wall screen share.
All
Good
right.
job.
Yep,
Jesus.
wrong button. I hit there we go. I have to present myself and not hit share. So here we go. Where's my volume dial on this thing? Make sure that's turned all the way up.
Oh my God, Nick.
Yep, I'm just stretching this out so that
Remember how professional we started?
Ashley's bladder
He's
gets
giving
stretched
us the finger.
My
I'm sure.
favourite beer tuber of 2018 is Revelation de
This is hilarious.
What the fuck?
Oh, I hope Paul's penis is
Shut up, Greg.
At you with another beer review. This is review number 684, IPA number 8 by Collective Project. It is a double IPA with Cinco Montour Columbus hops and a canning date of June 3rd, so it's already too old. Oh well. I'll give this review a la Jamie style, aka the new king of beer tube, aka
Nice bloody
actually,
finger.
you might have
Yeah,
seen
what the
him on,
fuck?
such fine places as his featurette on the Redbeard channel. Definitely took that channel up a notch. Also, in the basement, formerly on the 8th, on the 10th, off the 10th now, Jamie Kleizak. Anyways, so here's my review. This is IPA number 8. IPA number 5 is better. I haven't tried this yet. I already drank it. It smells great. I mean, honestly, this is solid. Definitely enough bitterness, enough resinous bite, but not. Take two. Stupid notification. Anyways, pretty resinous, but not like old school bombs back in NorCal in the early 20-aughts, whatever they call those that century. But also refreshing enough, and I mean it's got a lot going on for it. So if you're in the mood for a bit of a resiny punch with a bit of a palatable, citrus sort of wave to accompany it to sort of soften the blow, this is good. This is good. I'll give it. I enjoy it actually. I'll give it 4 hentai child beauty pageants.
Oh.
What is that fucking sound that's driving me to want to punch the screen? Who the fuck are you? I'm gonna bring anything in hot toast. I'm gonna go to TV for this shit. What?
Well, that was some good editing.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
That's like the best. It's like the best virtual presence yet, I think.
I just want to point out, if nobody got the hentai child beauty pageant reference, please watch the Cards Against Humanity we played on was it Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. Where it was
Sunday evening, and you lost it so bad you couldn't read the cards.
We all fucking lost it at one point in the game.
Yeah, that was my
cards
too, by the way.
Yeah, you played it. It was something like Redbeard is currently addicted to playing some kind of online game or something, except it's the hentai version. And it was Child Beauty Pageants is the one he already played. And then you were like, I can't even read this. He's laughing so hard.
We're laughing at Redbeard's expense. He's right here.
Yeah, hey, Redbeard.
But basically, Cards Against Humanity was brought to a whole new level on that night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And hopefully we can play some more of that. So,
bravo to Nick and whoever else contributed to that.
All right. So I think that's about done. Do we have any last minute comments or anything?
Looking at the comments right now, we've got no.
Lee took it back. Yeah.
The show has been
saved. Take it back. It's been saved. All right. So we've already done the next week's beer. We're ready to go. Do you want to play us out, Chris?
I will, for sure. I just want to say thank you for everyone that was watching today, all the viewers, everyone who commented in the comment section. I just wanted to say that you guys are fantastic. And next week, we're going to be doing another beer. But I just wanted to personally say happy birthday to Nick early. Because you know what? He only turns 85 once.
For fuck's sake.
But other than that, you know what, guys? Thanks for watching. And we are done here on Beer Analysis 101. I'll talk to you guys later. And so will Macwell. Bye-bye.
85 years ago, your mom was in a lot of pain. Squeezing your ass out.
85. I'm not Ewart.